Proverbs chapter 25 verse 12. As an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. Shalom. All praises, glories, and honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Wacha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, as well as men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy, to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the seed land of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom, and Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Ratazah. This lesson is edifying. Now in today's lesson, we will expound upon the word of the day, today being November the 9th, 2020, the year of prophecy, published by the Merriam-Webster's Dictionary. Today's word of the day is reprove. Reprove, which is a verb, which means to scold or correct, usually gently or with kindly intent, to express disapproval of, censure, to express rebuke or reproof. And the scriptures that are comprised of the words of Yahweh through His Son Yahushai are written for reproof, rebuke, for exhortation, and for our learning. Okay, that is the learning of the elect of the nation of Israel in this generation, because 2/3 of the nation of Israel refuse to take reproof and rebuke and instruction, at least to life. They refuse to take heed unto the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which are not grievous. Okay, but unto them it is grievous. Why? Because they harden their hearts and their minds to reproof and rebuke. And the Lord said that he that is oftentimes reproved hardeneth his neck, will be destroyed without remedy. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. And as we had just read the first scripture, Proverbs chapter 25 verse 12, as an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. Now, a reprover is one who reproves. Okay. Reprover is from the word reprove again, to scold or correct, usually gently or with kindly intent. Refute, to express disapproval of. So reproof is likened unto an ornament of fine gold, and even an earring of gold that is worn on the ear of an obedient person, one that is obedient unto reproof, one that is obedient unto correction, unto disapproval, okay, unto instruction and correction, because all things that are written aforetime are written for our learning. And like it says here in the book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 2, it says to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, iniquity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. And these are the things, these are the qualities that the scriptures impart unto the men and the young men of the nation of Israel. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. And a part of attaining unto wise counsels is being constantly reproved, being constantly corrected, because Remember, you are once a part of the world, and being born again and coming into the truth, we have to lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness. As a matter of fact, let's get that scripture. James chapter 1 verse 21. Wherefore, which means for this reason, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness. Now the word superfluity means, excess, oversupply, something unnecessary or superfluous. Immoderate and especially luxurious living habit or desire. Bountiful, excess, fat. These are some synonyms. A surplus, so lay apart all fat, all overabundance, all overflow, all oversupply, all redundancy, all excess, all oversupply of naughtiness, such as smoking weed, doing drugs, ultimately, committing adultery, if you were once doing that in the world, okay, gang banging, eating shrimp, pork, crab, and lobsters, that are foods that are contrary to the laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. These are some examples of naughtiness in which those that are now coming into the faith ought to lay apart and receive with meekness, the engrafted word. What is it? The engrafted word is the scriptures. And a part of that is reproof. What comes with that? Reproof, rebuke, correction, which is able to save your souls, because correction is something that, even though it might be harsh or it could be soft, is done unto instruction, which will lead to everlasting life. Okay, that is instruction via the scriptures, because instruction constructs us, the instructions of the scriptures constructs us in the ways that are well pleasing to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. As a matter of fact, let's look up that word construction, because that's what the Lord is doing to us spiritually. He's constructing us in a way that He wants us to be according to His liking. Just like you're building a building, you need a blueprint. You can't just build a building. You need to have a blueprint. Brothers that do very laborious works, in construction and whatnot, understands this really well. So the word construction means the act or result of constructing, interpreting or explaining a thing constructed, the arrangement and connection of words or groups of words in a sentence, a sculpture that is put together out of separate pieces of often disparate materials. Roadmap as a synonym. Okay. And the word constructor means to make or form by combining or arranging parts or elements. And the Lord constructs us by way of His words. The Lord builds us with the fruits of the Spirit, meekness, love, charity, and some of the things that we read here in the book of Proverbs chapter 1. Subtlety to the simple, knowledge to the young man, and discretion. These are just some examples. Okay. Verse 5, he says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. To understand a proverb, and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. So all these things are part of the refining process, because you see what the Lord is doing us when He gives us instruction. is he's sculpting us, he's molding us into acceptable men before his majesty. Okay, before his sight. Because gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. This is second Sirach chapter 2. Verse 5 says, for gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. So the furnace of adversity is the things that we experience, the things that we go through. A part of that is reproof, rebuke. Because no chastisement for the present time is soft, or it might feel nice. Now let's get that scripture. In the book of Job, I believe it is. Okay, this is another one. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. Now, no chastening to the present seemeth to be joyous. Now, it may not seem joyous, getting reproved, getting rebuked, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness. See that? What are some examples of the fruits of righteousness? The fruits of the Spirit, the characteristics of the Spirit. Unto them which are exercised thereby. Okay, now let's get some more examples. Well, this is not the scripture that I wanted. Slack here. I can't remember the scripture, but it's in the gospel, and it speaks about the fruits of the Spirit. If brothers remember, they can, Baba Gashah, please put it in the comment section of the lesson. I think it's in Galatians or Colossians. But anyway, let's go back to the book of Proverbs. So again, in Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, it says, the fear of the Lord Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So only fools despise wisdom and instruction. And again, a part of instruction is chastisement, being corrected. Okay? Because like a father might say, son, if you step in this bottle of water, you're going to wet yourself. You're going to dirty up your socks and your boots, and it's going to get soaked. But if the son doesn't take heed to the father, if he doesn't take heed to his instruction, then his feet, his socks, and all that is going to get wet by him just simply disregarding the instruction of his father and jumping into the water. Just using that as a small example. Okay, so let's get one more scripture and conclude the lesson. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 1. He that, being often reproved, hardeneth his neck, meaning that he doesn't take heed. He's always, not regarding reproofs and instructions, according to the scriptures, shall suddenly be destroyed and without remedy. So the Lord is going to destroy such an individual that hardeneth their necks to reproof, to rebuke. Okay, which is the word of the day. Reproof, to scold or correct, usually gently or with kindly intent, to express disapproval of, censor, to express rebuke of. And it said, with what kindly intent, because whomsoever the Father chastises, he loveth. This is the book of Job. Not the book of Job. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 12. I started 11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord Yahweh, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord Yahweh loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. So when the Lord reproves us, when he rebukes us, when he corrects us through his prophets, whom they're the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, on down to men of like mind, that's love. Okay? So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Until the next, I say shalom.